Samoa making who was noise trolling? Yo, stop the fucking noise trolling. You have to be honest, Haggard, that Samoa making the inference is based off of a rational understanding of how these patterns work when we're talking politics or using certain words, phrases, X, Y, Z. He's not out of line for making that judgment. Right? Like I don't think he is.
Every president can be deemed as being divisive due to the fact of half of the country supporting one over another. Oh yeah, brother, you gotta watch out for Eric, bro. This little snake.
No, me and Eric are on a generational run right now, Samoa. Generational run, bro.
Y'all never want to actually like really challenge Eric. Eric long enough to find out how wrong you are. You just pass off.
Hold on, Samoa. You said 7 years, Samoa. You gotta show me 7 years, Samoa.
You funny, Samoa. But no, hang on. Trump is definitely, he is the type of president, and this is what, look, hang on. For all the divisiveness, you and I would agree he has. You can't ignore that he got the popular vote. It's the same way. Hold on, go. It's the same way.
You don't hate violence.
When you remember the reports, articulate. You interrupt me one more time.
I don't give a fuck
because I already asked you a billion times.
Let the man speak. Let him talk.
So good. I'm glad you I don't either. So good. Haggard is very interesting that Trump espouses the same characteristics we see for very successful CEOs. Steve Jobs was well known for being divisive and being one who was stubborn and stuck to what he wanted. When you go down the list of individuals, especially men, who've been great in their lives, they've never been one of those people who are willing to compromise or get along to get along. As a matter of fact, it's funny, if you guys watched the show that HBO made years ago called Rome, go watch that show and look at what Julius Caesar, the reason why Caesar ended up dying and being stabbed in his back, because he was a nigga that wanted to be cool with everybody. Go watch the show, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Hang on. The reality is, when men are great in life, they are divisive, bro. That's a talk to that, David. Even our Lord and Savior was a divisive man.
But you were wrong on a few things, right? The United States is a combination of multiple different people. It's not a melting pot, right? It's more like a gumbo. It's a combination of multiple different people who have different ideologies and different.
Bro, you see how this Armenian trying to hit his gumbo?
Different. What do you mean, bro? Gumbo makes sense, man. They're all ingredients separate, contributing to a melting pot implies that everybody gets along.
That's what it is. Politically eliminated.
Goulash is too blended, bro. And it's kind of disgusting. I
never seen Obama on WWE, nigga. I never seen Obama.
That's what that's facts. Look, Haggard.
We got the coolest president. Niggas love Trump before Trump was even Trump.
Whatever rocks you, bro. But Trump is good.
I'm saying niggas love Trump before he was even Trump.
Obama even arrested some of the B, bro. Then all of a sudden,
this nigga Obama had a video the other day talking about gay BCs.
Fuck Obama, man.
The masses only.
Real quick. Have you ever heard Trump say
exactly what you guys are doing now?
Have you ever heard Trump say that kids should their gay BCs at 4 years old? And that every young boy. Well, hold on. Every young boy. I quote. Hold on. I quote. Every young boy should have a gay man in his life.
Yeah, that was crazy hearing that.
That was crazy, nigga.
Crazy hearing that. You just said that, Haggard. Obama's a faggot. So. You said what, Mike?
He gave another politician fellatio for crack cocaine.
You guys are
that's the full context. He's a war criminal, and nobody.
Wait, hold on. I endorse that fucking behavior. That is not true. You can be critical of multiple people, regardless of what side you're on. It shouldn't be difficult to criticize your former president as a Democrat who voted.
Can I ask you a question, Hackpot?
I voted for Obama, by the way.
Hackpot, let me ask you a question.
was a mistake.
Yeah, so
You're
it's
taking
because
too many
people are
Pfizer
like, oh my God,
vaccines.
Solomon, you're a Republican. No, I voted for Obama, retards.
And you know what's so funny?
Solomon, you're a
And
Republican.
And you know what's so
Strictly
funny?
not
Niggas,
testimony. Hey, Greg, how can the
Niggas
U.S.
persecute-
officially make cuts?
niggas persecute Donald Trump for
And I regret that
Christina,
vote.
goodbye.
Niggas were
no-
It's not
I was saying that niggas.
bad Obama, bad
Hold on.
Jinx, you know what's so crazy?
Jinx, let me get this shit off. Let me get this shit off real quick.
I got you. Jinx, the first time Trump ran, I disliked him. I didn't vote for him. So go ahead, Gold.
I was gonna say that niggas always want to be hating on Trump and talk about this immigration shit when Obama is the only U.S. president on the face of this earth that deported more immigrants than any other U.S. president on the planet. 3 million more immigrants than any other U.S.
talked
president.
about this
So
yesterday.
hold up.
But I'm just saying, but it's funny how.
Hold up. It's not funny. Let's ask the most Republican person in this room, maybe the second next to Dr.
Which is
Ricky Responsible. Monica, did I not call that out 5 minutes ago?
Well, my phone died, so I wasn't here for that. I'm the one that started the Obama bullshit.
Well, I just want Monica to actually stand on business. Did I not call out the divisive rhetoric, the immigration and the war and
Yeah,
indiscriminate
I actually
bombings?
thought you were trolling because I wasn't used to
If
you
we're
making that position.
matter cuts, then maybe, hey, Greg, how can the U.S. officially make cuts to the U.S.
I've held this
military?
position for a long time.
So you agree with me?
Country's downward spiral started.
No, this is a psychological, like, manipulating tactic that he's doing right now.
Fascism became the regular, and fascism became what we were leading to when
Kitover.
Obama, as president, one, racialized every single speech, every single issue, lied to his constituency,
Overexerted his power in every chance that he could get.
yes,
Expanded the U.S. drone and strikes in countries like Pakistan and Yemen and Somalia.
Yelling in my ear.
If what Trump's doing right now, point that
So look at the psychological manipulation that's going on right now, bro.
is bad.
Shitty. That nigga is the wild end of the corner chief.
Should I take fascism over progressivism?
Look at this
That nigga's a YN deporter in chief. He is a YN deporter in chief.
If you're forgetting, the progressives are also mad talking shit about Gavin Newsom. And I don't think Gavin Newsom's a fan.
Wait, but
And these progressives are
fascism is against our constitution.
All right, can I talk
So is
Look
progressivism.
at all the people that lost existing plans when insurers dropped non-constitutional
This is
prices.
what you call fascism. I didn't say the true meaning of fascism. I said if
I didn't
this
try to use your IP, I used mine. I'm also not relevant, not allowed, compulsive with. I also didn't know this like so I still tag you. All
Yes,
lies.
so can I make this quick comment?
However, since you got however, I do not appreciate the tax
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Perhaps you had one too
Hold on, let me
many
get my shot in real
vaccines.
quick. Alright, so God
Hi,
is like,
what specifically is
God
my
is psychologically
best?
manipulating people by neutralizing counter arguments, by punching Mr. Barack Obama Hussein in the face, so that whenever he talks about Donald Trump, he gets free. What? Free reign. That shit's so corny. That shit's so corny. Come on, bro.
Actually, it's a tactic I use
No, he's
myself.
a critical
Yeah, I do
thinker.
too. I do.
He's a critical thinker.
Cornball, nigga.
Niggas
Niggas voted, let's be honest, niggas voted for Obama because he was.
I'll be honest, I did. I voted for Obama because he was black, and I regret it.
Shout out to you, King.
I just want to say, every time a centrist or a classical liberal speaks in this room, this is what it's like in my PTR. We're constantly fighting off both sides who want us to be as radical as you guys are. And, you know, fucking pick and choose. Fuck that, bro. Call it out for what it is.
Look, Obama, I'm not trying to argue with you, okay? I'm not trying to argue.
in this room, you're gonna see all those emojis.
Same state.
I'm not trying to argue with you, Papa. I agree with you.
That's why I was laughing emoji I came to them.
Should you taking too many Pfizer
Who's a
vaccines?
fascist organization. You have the Groypers, who's a fascist organization.
The
You have all of these fascist
Should
fucking
watch your YouTube live.
speakers and political.
Now we got Trantifa.
Now we got Trantifa, yo.
Oh my god.
Not Trantifa is crazy.
Oh my god.
Yo, Nah, this nigga is diabolical.
It might just be his goal to life. That's what I'm looking for.
Granny's against fascism?
I'm sorry, Jinx. I apologize for the inconvenience.
Were you abused by a member of the Catholic Church in
so
Illinois
fucking
when
wrong.
a global settlement may be coming in 2020?
Because here's the thing, I balance it out because I hate Obama, but I also hate George W. Bush. So,
Both of those niggas. I don't even keep singles in my wallet, nigga.
How could you hate?
Bush is the same as
How could you hate?
That nigga's teeth are terrible.
George Bush was just as bad. He's like the shit that hit.
I'm sorry, were you talking to me?
Yeah, that's the question. That's the question, Bow. Here's the question, Bow. How long is that going to last, right? Here's the question. How long is that going to last as a deterrent? And what happens after they go away? Because if you're saying as a victim of gun violence, right, you want that to be a deterrent. How long are you going to be able to keep the National Guard in place realistically? Because you know orders can only go for so long, right?
You're absolutely right. We have an example. We have an example of it going on in DC right
And you're in the matrix, guys. You're in the matrix.
Okay, well, Antonio gets out of the Matrix. I just want to welcome Cameron on stage. Cameron is also from Memphis. If you want to jump into this conversation and get him Cameron and get him gone, I heard you say that you also are a victim of shooting. So if you want to speak to that as well.
I don't even want to say too much. I just got shot in the head. That's all I gotta say.
And then there was a question from Tiffany for Antonio as well. It was what would have prevented your incident. So I'm assuming that's referring to the shooting. So if you have thoughts on, now the National Guard is coming in, but in general, what could have prevented that happening?
In my situation, I'm keeping it real. Like, that shit wasn't gonna stop me. We were just more so upset. But we're young, you see, my graduated high school age, we're 19. So, shit that I've experienced and been through, like, it's came up to me. Like, I got set up by a female talking to my, and some niggas try to kill me. But they don't hit me one time, they don't hit me in the head. But, that's all good, shit.
Are you out of that?
I'm in the college, I'm in the college,
Let him finish talking. Go ahead.
But what I was saying, I said the National Guard was from there to prevent what happened to me. Shit, I got shot South Memphis on first road. Shit, amongst the really struggle areas in the city for real, some real shit. And the National Guard, they don't come to shit bad areas for real. You see what they were doing? They standing at national, popular places and shit. Like, they were standing at the White House at DC, you feel me? So like, I feel like it's all power and perception. True.
Are you in the National Guard now?
Hell no. I told you I'm 19. I'm an electrician.
Are you away from the situation that almost got you killed maybe 6 months ago?
No, I'm still in the city. I live in Germantown. I'm in the
So those people that wanted to kill you 6 months ago, they're still around.
Shit, I can't even say too much, but,
This doesn't sit well with me. I'm gonna be honest. So,
you can't talk about the situation. That's what I'm saying.
No, that's not asking. I'm asking, is he getting away from like his situation? And it sounds like he's not, and it doesn't sit well.
This is one step for me, just piecing my life and my shit together. I live in Germantown now. Germantown is a nice part of Memphis. You feel me? It's a different side of town. There's not too much bullshit going on, but it's a chill side. So that's one step. I don't away from that situation first. I'm going just like the rest still in good on bullshit. I told you I'm an electrician out there to get my shit together. So I'm speaking from experience, bro. Like a lot of this shit come from just come from us not having like the right mentors, you feel me? Like no after school programs, no shit that we can do after school, you feel me? Like nothing. Like we don't even got the right education system. Like we in class and teaching like real life just like
act like us. You feel me? They act like us. So like we can't really learn nothing from them. So I ain't gonna lie, it's just a lot of bullshit.
What do you mean they act like us?
They basically like try to fit in with the kids on some shit like ego. I ain't gonna lie.
We about to cry. Like, it's always the reason why the teachers do that, though, right?
Social media.
No, they do that because the atmosphere of the classroom, they do that so they can have some little bit of control over the classroom instead of being run over by the kids who acting like that.
When I mean act like us, I mean actually act like us. They walk in the bathroom, they see us smoking a vape, they'll fuck around. Yeah, just hide from this dude, hide from him, hide from him. Like I tell you, it's a lot of bullshit.
Because if they try to take it, they might get their ass.
Nah, but they still wrong for that. Now, come on now.
And then in class,
Tiffany, I saw your off mic. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was
They
gonna say
gonna
something
do
to
it. They
consider.
gonna do it.
Also, to the point, I can't think of the names. The person just dropped it in the chat, and these conversations we're having around education. So we get tripped up a lot on that whole conversation of should teachers get paid $100,000. So I have a teacher living in my rental property right now. So she had to provide me her contract. She is teaching in a school in a pretty, I would call it a rough neighborhood. It's not a horrendous neighborhood. It's just the kids don't have a lot of oversight, is what I would say, kind of when school isn't in. She only is getting paid $58,000 a year. Yes. And one of the things that I have, and this is here in Memphis, and one of the things that I have to do because think about it, I was originally going to school for education at a point. But once I saw what they got paid, I knew that I couldn't survive. Like, who can survive off of $58,000? She has a roommate. But one of the things that you think about is you're not going to get quality teachers if they're only making $58,000. The condo that I rent her, I actually rented for about $700 less than market, just to make sure that she could afford it, because I knew she was coming here to teach. And then she was able to get a roommate. So if the teachers here, which should be an adult job per se, only make $58,000, what are we expecting for the education that they're providing to the students to be when they're barely making it?
Am I crazy? Because that sounds like a lot of money to me. Am I crazy?
It depends on where you live, and I'm gonna say this. In 2008, when I first started working for a government agency, I was pulling in $35 a year. This was in 2008, and I was working a very important government agency that was in charge of protecting children. Just saying. Yeah.
So if you're making $58,000 after taxes, you're lucky if you're bringing home $40,000.
Yeah.
So just imagine if you have student loans, think about, and if you're single and you don't have any kids, you're definitely getting taxed to the high heavens. So think about, it's not really much to come home with at the end of the day.
No, it's definitely not. But that's another major problem is these government agencies, not necessarily teaching because they're better funded than other agencies, but a lot of very, very, very important government agencies are underfunded. And since they provide basic services to people and help facilitate basic services, they, quote, don't have the money to really pay the workers. I wish if our private information wasn't being, put out there, I could give more details. But it was really, really difficult. So when it came to make the decision to stay or go, I just chose to leave because I was like, I could literally go to Costco and make more money and get a discount on groceries.
So I just did, sorry, I'm in HR, so I got all this stuff. I just did a quick paycheck calculator. If you make $58,000 annually, and I just put in some numbers for like the average person that pays insurance at this other organization, the take home every 2 weeks is $1,500.
Sounds about right. Every 2 weeks.
Yeah, so you're bringing home $3,000 a month, and if your rent is $1,000, and you've got a car note, you've got whatever. I mean, you can gobble it up in no time.
But also, whose rent is $1,000? You gotta think about that.
And in that year, the house that I rented, that was the first house I rented, I ended up buying it. My rent was $750 a month, and I'm only gonna say this since my spouse ain't out here, but that was one of the reasons I got married, because I needed 2 income. Like I could not fucking do it.
Not that's one of the reasons.
Aren't you admitting that? Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Why are you trusting the people in this room?
That's why I said,
You be saying that on this app.
You ain't shit.
I know that's right.
Ain't shit on a stick. You ain't shit. Ain't shit on a stick.
No, but like
you your salary.
And that's definitely a problem. Memphis sounds like they got a lot of problems, and the National Guard ain't gonna sound near one of them, because it's just no. They can be like security guards at the mall if you want to, because I've seen some security. I've seen some shit go down at the mall with the security guards there as well. So I don't understand it, but if you guys need to have it there, you feel more comfortable. You guys live there, so the onus is on you guys of how you want to handle it.
No, but seriously
though, can't do anything about it. Go ahead. Steve.
Yeah, like y'all think this is normal? Like we elect a president, they take office, boom, boom, boom. They do things. They sign executive orders. Next thing you know, they're deploying the National Guard to Memphis. Like it doesn't make sense. Like this is not a normal presidential progression. Like it's stupid.
It's not.
Why is the president in Memphis?
It's not just the National Guard. It's the DEA. It's ICE. It's
everybody.
They're swarming all these people into an urban area, like y'all are what's the word I'm looking for? Like y'all are like in what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my God! Like y'all are in Iraq somewhere. Like y'all are like y'all in Gaza somewhere. Like, I don't think y'all really understand what is really happening. They're putting y'all into a situation where y'all are going to literally become like the hunted, and y'all are the prey.
You have a million points everywhere you want to go.
Yes, and it's insane to me. And you think that the military presence makes you safe? It doesn't, sweetheart. It doesn't, because again, there's no long end game sum. Because again, this is a waste of taxpayer dollars, and you guys are going to feel
and remember, we were supposed to be saving all this money with Doge.
Right.
All that stuff.
Right. Hold tight. Hold tight,
how
Ron.
much money?
Hold tight, Ron. Hold tight. I don't think you guys understand that state money, right, is being used to do this, right? Because once they convert the money to Title 10, yes, they can use Title 10 money. But if they take that out of the state fund, you guys are fucked.
So, Riz, have they confirmed how they're going to do it yet? I'm just curious.
There's been a lot of playing around with the word game on how they're going to do this. That's what I'm saying to y'all. So you need to be very careful, because how they activate this, how they start the activation, and then once they go around doing all of this, they're going to use it to manipulate how they're going to implement this. And it's not going to be good on any level, because at the end of the day, let me tell y'all something. However they do this and the funding and how this is all going to play out, I'm telling y'all, there's literally, I don't know if Lisa was able to pull the thing, they're taking $500 million of HBCU money as we speak in funding. You know where that money's going to, how that money's going to hurt you guys? Because they're doing all of this shit. And here's what I'm talking about. And you guys don't understand that when this bill comes to fruition next year, that big, beautiful bill, after they cut everything else, after they spent all this money and jack up the fucking, jack up the fucking economy, people are going to feel the wrath of this shit. next year. Watch what I'm telling y'all. You may not be feeling the pain right now, but y'all gonna feel the pain next year. This shit gonna come swift. And a lot of people are gonna hold tight. Watch what I say. Watch what I'm telling y'all. This time next year, it's not gonna look good, y'all. It's not gonna look good. And they're gonna be scrambling, and they're gonna be giving y'all bullshit ass excuses. Because here's what's gonna happen. The midterms are coming next year. And they're gonna turn around and circle it and circle it and spin it and spin it and spin it and say, yeah. And they're gonna hold all this shit back. And they're gonna fuck you again.
Hold on. I want to comment to somebody in the chat who said they just gave HBCUs $500 million.
No, they took it.
Oh, he said they gave.
No, they
took it.
They did.
You don't know what
They
the
did
fuck
that.
you're talking about.
They did that on Trump's. They did that on Trump's first term. That's probably what he's referring to. I think Trump gave a large lump sum of money to HBCUs in his first term. That's probably what he's talking about.
Yeah, he didn't.
He did not.
He did not.
The first time around, he announced money that was already
allocated. Right.
And
money had been allocated under Obama.
Reallocated it away.
Right.
Just so
And then he took the money that time. So this money was allocated, and he's taking the money back again.
But he made sure he got that photo op with the HBCUs, right?
That part. Right, because that's what he did the first time. Yes, that's the first time he did that shit. Right. This time he ain't got his master folks this time in the White House, because if you remember, his first termers ain't nowhere around. Diamond died and Silk ain't nowhere around, and all the rest of the step in infection, they all on X. But ain't none of them in the White House this time around. You don't see what's her name? None of them. Omarosa ain't around. None of them. And they didn't even bring a second set of them around. This time they got an ex-football player as the HUD secretary, right? But you don't see Ben Carson nowhere around at all. Period. Full friggin' stop. Right. They brought it down to the minimum. They brought it down to the bare basics. Listen.
I want to say something. I know you, when you get on your spiel, you never stop, but I want to say something, and please don't interrupt me, okay? They announced today, all right? The Trump administration announced Monday that nearly $500 million in federal cuts will be redirected to historically black college and universities and tribally controlled college and universities, okay? They took money from the Hispanic universities, all right? And
that's what I wanted to ask you about.
And they redirected the money to the HBCUs, all right?
What Hispanic colleges? Where's their Hispanic college?
That's what I wanted to ask.
You know what? I'm posting it in the chat.
Wait, hold up, guys. Let Rob finish his statement so we can figure out what he's talking about so I can look it up.
Ross, here is the point.
How you doing, by the way? We know Ross, post it in the chat when you're done talking.
Oh, what's up, my boy? What's up?
Okay, hold on, you guys. Hold on.
Yeah, fuck you too, Rose.
Give me a second, you guys. Okay, so let me know when I can jump in.
Not yet. Let me ask you a question, Lisa. Did you guys talk about the dude at Delta State?
No.
Okay. That was to Lisa. It wasn't to you.
Patient.
I just looked it up.
Wait, hold on, y'all, please. Let's just hear some. Because Patient just dropped another. I got too much going on here. Can you just tell us what you're talking about? Because I have like 3 screens.
I've been out all day. But yeah.
No, I know you showed up with a telegram. Don't be coming here.
That's all I was at. I messaged you where I had to go. Anyway.
You ain't told me nothing.
Okay, yeah. So, the 21-year-old student found Delaware State on a tree or something by a pickleball court, and they're saying they don't think it's any foul play.
Oh yeah, they they dropped that in
This
politically
whole
correct, but that's
bullshit
something
hanging,
just
he
for
hung
tonight.
himself, like, that's stupid.
Okay, so
Yeah,
can I
that's
read
not-
what it says? Okay.
Okay, hold on, guys. Can we just? I'm getting whiplash. So we're gonna talk about the guy that was found dead, hung, on the college campus, and then also we got to go to Elon Musk where the hell was he today? At some I think it was a Ku Klux Klan rally or some shit where it was like hundreds of thousands of people there, all white men. We got a lot to talk about. So now we got a whole nother subject that has been dropped, and this is about the HBCUs. I have an article up if somebody wants to go ahead and get it, talk about it. If not, I have an article up. Let me know what's going on. Go ahead, Reg. You talking about the HBCU part now?
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to read it. Okay, so it says the Trump administration is redirecting $500 million in federal funding toward historical Black colleges and tribal colleges, one-time investment covered primarily by cuts to other colleges serving large numbers of minority students. The Education Department announced the funding boost days after cutting $350 million from other grants, mainly programs reserved for colleges that have large numbers of Hispanic students. Agency leaders said most of these grants were unconstitutional. They are available to only colleges with an amount of minority enrollment thresholds. The Education Secretary, Rick Mann, says these changes will redirect money away from ineffective and discriminatory programs toward those who support student success. The department has carefully scrutinized our federal grants, ensuring that taxpayers are not funding racially discriminatory programs, but those programs which will promote merit and excellence in education. The department is also redirecting about $60 million toward charter schools and $137 million towards American history and civil grants. President Trump in January issued the executive order and the agency to repurpose federal money towards charter schools and other school initiatives. It's the amount of one-time federal boosting of a 48% increase to HBCUs and doubles funding for tribal colleges, was what the department says. The department is flexing its power to repurpose discretionary fundings to match the president's purpose priorities, made possible through a stopgap funding through a bill passed by Congress this year that gives the executive branch more authority over spending decisions. Trump has long called himself a HBCU champion. During his first term, he added $250 million. This is what it says. I'm just reading it. This year, he signed an executive order that pledged in the White House with his advisory board and other support for HBCUs. The Education Department said the money comes from programs that are found not to be in the best interest of students and families, and it previously that other minority-serving grants would be redirected to these programs that are not based and rely on racial quotas. The person familiar with this decision said the money will also be directed away from programs that support gifted and talented programs, magnet schools, international education, teacher training. Most of the programs would be zeroed out in Trump's 2026 budget request, said a person who was not authorized to discuss this decision and spoke to this decision in anonymity. Last week's cuts to Hispanic Serving Institution program reverses a decades of precedents. Congress created a program in 1998 finding Latino students were going to college and graduating at a far lower rate than white students. The department has also cut several other smaller programs for colleges that serve certain percentages of Asian American, Black, and Native students. The cuts drew swift blowback by Democrats who said that the programs have long had a bipartisan support and fueled social mobility for working class Americans. A memo in July from the Department of Justice. I'm just about to finish. A memo from the Department of Justice argues that the Hispanic Serving Institution and grants are unconstitutional. The department declined to defend the program suit brought upon the state of Tennessee and the State of Fair Admissions Anti-Affirmative Action Group. So apparently this is getting ready to go to court. That's all I'm willing to say. So,
It's 107 HBCUs in the country. 500 billion divided by 107 equals up to about $4,700,000.
How much you say?
107. 107.
No.
So y'all remember under the Biden administration, they put $1 billion in education funding. What happened was back in June, remember we were talking about this shit, there was a pause on the education grants. So once that pause or whatever freeze was put on those funds, they ended up releasing them. So it's nothing new. This is something, I think the last date under the Biden administration would have been 2025. It all started under, Bush extended it. Obama did some other shit. Then so did Trump. Trump did some things as well. But Biden he infused a lot of money. And that money was put on pause. Period. Yeah. And this was back in June. So I don't know what's going on.
The HBCU money is not going to be like you read a lot of things, but it's not going to be.
Did you laugh at it? Because I sure as hell didn't hear you.
I didn't land either. Okay, so that equals up to about 4.7 million per university. Just that's not doing nothing, honestly. $4.7 million per university if they even get it. So that 500 million is doing nothing. I landed.
Okay. Biden gave 1.3 billion, and you didn't have to take it away from.
Okay, I got a little bit something. Oh, Jesus Christ, help me. I got a little bit. Ask Glorilla to come up, please. I got a little bit more. Glorilla? Yeah, come on, y'all. Come on, let me just do this. So let me do this here. This is a little bit shorter for you guys, and she's putting it where the goats can get it. So we always got to rely on a black woman. No. Hold on. Let me go back. Hold on. Jesus Christ here. All right. Let me see if I can do this. All right. One more time, y'all. Give me a minute, please.
So, y'all tell me how the Department of Education just decided to snatch $350 million away from minority-serving schools like HBCUs, HSIs, and more. So these schools that depend on this money to keep programs running, students supported, and teachers trained are just in shock. And you want to know what the excuse is? They're calling the funding rules quotas and saying it's unconstitutional. Baby, please. These weren't no quotas. This was money that paid for science labs, tutoring, first-gen support, and resources that keep our kids in school instead of dropping out. And yes, they left behind about $132 million that's locked in by law. But let's be honest, in its totality, y'all, that's small money. You're taking away $300 and something million. Meanwhile, the big-name schools with billion-dollar endowments just keep on eating. And HBCUs got to figure out how to stretch nickels into dollars. So, y'all tell me how. That's it, y'all. So that's
but we do it. We do it, though.
Yeah, you do.
Bonnie will.
You know what's crazy? Biden had the I know we've talked about this too. Y'all don't remember Biden had Department of Education send out 16 fucking letters to 16 goddamn governors saying
then where's the fucking HBCU money? Because the fucking HBCUs are being underfunded. A lot of them are under, what is it, y'all? Them grants? What do they call it? Land grants? Some shit. White land grants.
Those land grants.
Something like a land grant.
And they owe these motherfucking schools money. And you somebody in the chat talking about $0 or 4.1 million. Pay them their motherfucking money. Brandy. You black as hell and got the nerve to say that shit.
So, for example, Prairie A&M University in Prairie, Texas, was built on what was once a slave plantation. That's how a lot of them were built on.
All right, we know what land grant college. We know what land grant colleges mean. All right, we know that. Patty, you just said that. Patty, you just said that. So, unless someone can tell me differently, the monies that were allocated under the Biden administration, the Harris and Biden administration, that money is already earmarked. So Trump cannot take that back. All right. Under this Trump administration, they cut $500 million from HBCUs, but they found $500 million elsewhere. All right, in the budget. All right, to compensate for the $500 million.
What are you talking about? They froze the money back in June.
They stole the money from other minority colleges to take the money and reset it. That doesn't make sense. I literally read the article. You're not even listening.
Listen,
They literally, oh my God, I literally read it to you that they took the money and literally said that the minority programs were not working. Lisa literally played the tape for you of it. You're not even listening. Yeah. Literally, Lisa played the tape for you, explaining to you. Oh my God.
Sir. Dollars don't disappear. They just go from A to B. They took it from A and moved them to B.
Exactly. So why don't you explain that to her? Explain that to her.
I'm explaining it to you. They took them from where they were and moved them to another area. Why did they do that?
And it's not an extra $500 million. It was $500 million that was taken away and then put back.
That part. So you didn't give nothing to nobody.
So
you
what?
didn't give nothing to nobody.
You're back to where you started.
You're not back to where you started. You literally stole from one set of minorities to give to another set of minorities. That doesn't make sense. You steal from one set of minorities to give to another set of minorities? Make that make sense.
No, Rez, not only that. Rez, you steal from a minority, right? Then you pay them back by stealing from another minority.
Exactly my point, Haitian. Exactly my point.
It's the same
dollar. What sense does that make?
As traveling. Like,
I'm gonna come slap a nigga and I'm gonna pay him back with
right. I'm gonna slap you, nigga, and then guess what? I'm gonna take that slap back and then I'm gonna slap you back. What are we talking about? What?
Like, he really cut me off when I was talking about the history of Prairie View A&M University to say something that was
okay. Tell us about Prairie View.
Brother, we know the history of the long land grant college in the U.S.
Yeah, the little land grant college.
So let's talk about the history of the land grant. Let Rob go ahead and go on mute. Because Rob explained the history of the land grant.
Slave plantation.
What's the history of the land grant?
It's so funny because I'm a TSU graduate, but you know.
What's the history of land grants, Rob?
He went to TSU.
I didn't go to HBCU.
Hey, let Ross tell us the history on land grants.
Oh, y'all Google it. All right, we don't need a history 101. Black history 101.
The problem with this land grant shit is these white schools always had fucking. They've always had fucking land.
Thank you.
And what happened was they said we got to get these Negroes out of our area because some of them are fucking going to school. So they fucking granted a piece of land for niggas to go to school. And now they still robbing fucking HBCUs. And it's crazy that Segregation Joe, whatever the fuck y'all want to call him, had to fucking send a letter through his Department of Education to say, get these motherfuckers their money back. 16 fucking governors. And guess where the fuck they from? The South.
Not too much on the South.
Oh, Yeah, we can put a lot of.
I don't
Okay, so
mind. I don't mind the rivalry we
Hey,
have.
Alexander. Hey, come on up, sweetie.
I don't mind the rivalry
okay,
we have.
Look, we got. Hold up, wait. We got to chill. This ain't the place for it.
What?
This ain't the place for it. Y'all just lost a Labor Day class, so chill. This ain't.
Yeah, by 1 point, bitch.
Okay, so what I need to say here is that Mike P, you can come upstairs and we can have this conversation, and it will just be a conversation. We're not gonna be hollering and screaming back and forth, because I can't take medication nor drink, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I need something. This here, if you people on the right, and especially the ones that claim to be black, if y'all don't see the destruction of your community happen before your eyes, I don't know what else to tell you. We started off with Memphis. No. Let's back up. We started off with Los Angeles. Then we moved on to DC. Okay, when he was in LA, it was all about the Hispanics. Then we moved to DC, it's still about the Hispanics, but it's in the black neighborhoods. I guess the Hispanics are in the black neighborhoods or whatever. And then he threatened Chicago and calling you Chicago the most dangerous city in the world. Now he's moving on to Memphis and he said, y'all savages. You heard him say it. I'm not going to replay it. Go listen to it for yourself. And then now, in the background, he is cutting everything that has to do with you. Everything. He's going into the goddamn museums because they don't want to see slavery. We don't want to hear nothing about slavery. But we're going to talk about the Holocaust till our fucking lips fall off. Then, after that, now cutting, he cut them. DEI program, feminine act. Now we're talking about taking money away from HBCUs. I mean, I don't know when you write MAGA Republicans, what in the fuck? You just keep on wanting to lose. You think you're going to be able to stay on the plantation? Well, like I said, the two coastals, we should just divide ourselves up. Coast, West Coast, East Coast, and let the middle belong to all y'all, and you could be on your plantation with your excuse me, everybody who's not in the room, who's not black, your white masters. Because I don't understand how you can be typing in the chat talking about we begging, all this kind of bullshit like that. I didn't beg for a fucking crumb my entire fucking life, okay? And for everybody else who think we're begging, you don't have a fucking clue. All these other places are getting money constantly. From Elon, he's on the list for tonight too. He's on the menu all the way fucking down. But when it's time for us to have money coming that we should be getting because we're citizens of this country, going into the HBCU universities, and you all don't want to do reparations, the least you could do is fund some darkies' educations. It's just crazy as hell. And we're begging. No one's bet shit. Somebody said the HBCUs are accustomed to making $1 out of 15 cents. Well, now you're going to have to make $1 out of half of a penny. So I don't even know what in the fuck you guys need to understand what is going on. And you, my friend, regardless of the fact that you think that you above all this, you over in the gated communities and bullshit like that, for you to think that it's not going to creep up and affect you is crazy. But then you're looking over your fence and laughing at everybody else. Pretty soon you're going to get eaten from the inside of your fence out. You're tolerated right now, as it seems. You're tolerated because we got white men in Hermosa Beach, or was it the other beach city?
Huntington.
Yeah. Baby. It was one of the 8 cities, one of the HB cities. Fight. Fight what?
And the whitest of white beaches, okay?
Right. Exactly. Fight who? Fight what? You have everything. Just by the fact that your skin color is white, you are already 10 steps ahead of everybody else, if not more. So I'm reading the chat and I'm just like, all right. Y'all got it, because I'm on a soapbox. So let me just step down for a minute, and because this is really ridiculous that these these universities were created for a reason. The White House, I'm reading this article here, despite the efforts in the White House larger campaign to eradicate anything resembling diversity, equity, and inclusion deemed programs, Trump has shown interest in both terms in supporting historically black colleges and universities, institutions created during Jim Crow era to serve black students denied education elsewhere that are now open to pupils of all races. So he's trying to take money from, you guys have seen others at HBCUs. Y'all, come on now, you got the damn near trip over them. There's a doctor I was working with, and he shocked the shit out of me when I was running my mouth again, and he is not black. He's not even brown. He told me he went to Howard in undergrad. I almost fell off my stool. Okay? Now he's making money in a white neighborhood, and there y'all in that office coming in to get help and discounts or whatever the fuck. Okay?
They go there on scholarship.
Yeah.
Thank you. As minorities. I'm going on mute.
I'm going on mute too. Y'all can jump in.
The minorities, well, the way they were like two that went to each school in around the four schools in the complex of schools that I went to. So it wasn't that many. I guess they're very good about like limiting that, but it was one white girl and the rest were Asians. So I mean, I don't really have a problem with eight students out of four schools.
They do that. But like, if you look at a school like Texas Southern University, where their pharmacy school is full of Asians and shit like that, they don't do good at putting locks on their doors.
Ooh, hello.
Well. I will say, I don't. There's a double-edged sword.
Wait, who said that?
So there's a double-edged sword with that because like Tuskegee is also one of those schools, but I don't know what Southern, if that's like pharmacy is like.
Texas Southern.
Since you want to talk something, what's their specialty?
No, Texas Southern is not Southern.
What's their specialty?
Law school and the pharmacy.
Pharmacy and law, yeah.
Okay, so Tuskegee, which is where I originally went, their specialty is veterinary medicine.
That's law from TU.
Whoever said that, hit me up.
All the students that come there, like if you are a veterinarian on this side of the country, you go through that school, and it is put Tuskegee way up on especially for veterinary medicine is like number one. So I think that's kind of a good thing because it makes white people have to come through there to even get their degree. So I don't know if that's bad.
No, I was just taking a shot at him because he went to Robert College.
Let me say this. Under the Obama administration,
he's not accounting for the white people. He's just saying that these colleges are getting these grants illegally. Hold on. I gotta go. My thing is frozen. Did I say that you were?
Under the Obama administration, HBCUs receive
Whoever said that, I went to Barbara Jordan making the.
Bro, this thing on. Hey, can you hear me talking, man?
We could hear you, Rafa. Go ahead.
Under the Obama administration, HBCUs receive $4 billion. That's over his total administration. All right. The 2024 budget for HBCUs is like $1.2 billion. All right. Trump is not cutting that. He's not cutting that. What he did is he's redirecting money from MSI, minority service institutions, all right, which is a different category than HBCUs. He's directing money from those programs, and he's giving it, and on top of the $1.2 billion that was already earmarked for HBCUs, he's adding another $500 million to that, okay? All right? Okay? So get the facts. Thank you.
You still on that weird move?
He's dipping into that. So.
Son of a bitch.
It's very likely that those
motherfucking Prairie View, nigga.
won't actually get the money. So, sorry, I just wanted to interject this, and I promise I'll get off y'all stage and go to bed.
No, you can stay as long as you want.
One of the things to know is there are loopholes to this money. So if y'all remember, when they cut all the DEI programs, one of the things that the White House created was a special office that reviews any money that leaves the federal government in the form of grants and things like that to these institutions. And one of the things that you have to have is your legal department has to sign off that there is no DEI covert or outright policies being put forth at your institution. And if there are, you could lose the money and it will prevent you from getting government money in the future. And in some cases, it could lead to disciplinary actions against the person that signed off on that as they were forging documents. So with that loophole in place, that's how they're keeping different organizations from actually getting the money. And so this money that is going towards HBCUs would be considered that, and they would have to sign off on something very similar. So ultimately, they would have to open up their universities to everyone and make sure they are showing that this money is going to as many non-Black students as Black students, even though their population are going to be largely Black. It's going to be difficult for them to prove that. So just wanted to let you know some of the loopholes that the government has put in place. And that's why you saw so many organizations get rid of their DEI departments. And so they're going to do the same thing to universities.
So could you imagine a HBCU history class not teaching about slavery in America?
Hello? Yeah, can you imagine? Can you imagine?
I could not, because that was part of the reason why I chose to go to a HBCU, because I wanted to know the real history. I wanted to learn from those kind of professors. But that's why I chose Prairie View and not TSU, because it's like an actual real school.
Your mama.
Tony shared something in the chat.
You went to school in motherfucking Arkansas. Prairie View, Arkansas are all damn places. You went to Prairie View because you couldn't get in all the damn place.
You went to Rose?
Okay, that's something. She actually had.
Go ahead, Denise. Go ahead. Y'all two and your both your little raggedy colleges. Go ahead, Denise.
I just wanted to piggyback on what Tiffany's saying. Another thing that they'll do is they'll slow walk the payment. I've said this for years on this platform, how the federal government is behind in payment to the land grant institutions that are HBCUs for over trillions of dollars. And these HBCUs have had to sue the state government because when it gets allocated from the federal, it'll go through the state, and it'll be up to the Board of Governors to decide how it's allocated and when it's allocated. And you have schools like Alcorn State that was locked into over 20 years to get the millions that they were owed. So they'll slow walk it, and by the time the government and the Supreme Court rule to say that they owe it, I mean, it doesn't even drop. It's not even a drop in the bucket by the time they get it.
Ms. Johnny, I don't know if we're talking about the same thing, but in the state, South Carolina State, the Supreme Court of South Carolina just said that South Carolina State owes, South Carolina owes South Carolina State University, which is a HBCU in South Carolina, $500 million. And I don't know.
He's okay. It's all right. Go ahead.
All right. I apologize. I just want to get it. I think we're talking about the same thing. You're right. These states get the money and then they can kind of slow walk the money. And I think in South Carolina State University's case, I think South Carolina has to slow walk the money, but the state Supreme Court says, listen, you owe these people, or you owe the institution $500 million. So you're gonna pay up. That's all.
Yeah, a quick example. Alcorn State won a $500 million settlement in Mississippi. It took them 27 years of litigation to win that lawsuit, and they didn't win it. They sued. The lawsuit started in 2002. It didn't get settled until 2022.
Have they received the
27
money?
years of a lawsuit to get $500 million.
Did they actually get the money in their hands yet, or they still slow walking it?
They're still slow walking it, but they won in 2022, but it took them 27 years.
I feel you, and you know what? Texas Southern needs a lawsuit like that because they don't even have a football stadium on campus. They got to play at the soccer stadium.
Hey, why stop bringing us up?
Oh, yeah, you know, we can't even, we'll be talking about y'all broke schools all night. Shout out to
Stop naming us.
Okay, so listen, welcome. Y'all ain't got no soccer field, got Gopher Home.
We got what we need.
Okay. Yeah, I bet. Okay, so much more.
Yeah.
Okay, so welcome back, Alexander. Alexander's on the stage. Our OG Alexander Dave London. I don't have any songs, some of the Welcome Carter songs that I don't want to sing.
A welcome back song. You want to play welcome back song?
Yeah, Alexander. I said that's what I said. Welcome Carter. Shit, that's the only one I know. But okay, so yeah, you guys say hello. Then I wanted to say this. Oh, look who's Liquid Glass.
There's a poll at the top. It says, "Has dummies on Clubhouse turned your rain into Jello?" It's yes.
No, you need to change that. Has dummies on Clubhouse turned you into an alcoholic? That's what you need to match skills. I'm up in here drinking. Damn way. Drinking, smoking. Okay, come on now. You're Jello, yeah, they need to go eat some goddamn Jello. Get off that liquor. Get off that bottle. Put that bottle down. That's what you need to do.
I feel like you taking shots at me.
I didn't even think about you. Trust me. You're not the first thought that came to my head when I said alcohol. Okay, so let me do this. We're trying to get to Elon because Elon, what is going on here? Y'all didn't know these people just run over y'all. Elon is talking crazy. Does anybody have anything from Elon from X about you know what, about you know who? And April, you're late because we were talking about Tennessee and hey, everybody named Mama.
Listen, I didn't know it was a clock in over here.
Oh, girl, the room went open 3 minutes and then went off. All we had to do was say Trump was sending troops to Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh, girl, yeah.
Still here.
The strip clubs are letting the National Guardsmen in free. So,
I know you fucking lying.
I already coming about that.
I know you fucking lying. Oh, child. Not P Valley in Memphis.
I'm just telling y'all, they ain't gonna be out there patrolling those streets. They're gonna be patrolling something else.
Right about that.
They gonna leave with our games.
Can't believe.
They're gonna need some active duty time to get that child care money. And look.
Honest federal blades.
Oh my God.
They might be bringing it to them women. You can say they might be the disease. Yeah, and then you try it. Called the pony. They're gonna be at the pony, Lisa, in Memphis. The
I don't know
pony.
nothing about that girl.
We gonna find out though.
No, I'm good. I haven't had all my shots yet. That's okay. I'll wait for you outside. I'll be in the car. Oh God. But anyway, one of our good friends, April and Alexander, Christine. You remember Christine, y'all? Blink your mic if you do. She came in and she just blew.
Is she the one supposed to be a nurse?
Was Christine a nurse?
What's her last name?
I don't know. Wow. That just was a whole nother flavor on
Yeah, long horse face.
Oh, maybe we just thought. I
thought I was on here.
And she
reports, right, that they're saying the neighbors saw cars with out of town.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
And they were like unwelcoming, right?
Correct.
Like, guess what? But think about this. Like, where was the guy living and shit? Like, this was a network of people. So, like, where was the boyfriend living? Like 3 hours away or some shit like that, right?
Yeah. So something of the sort. Yeah.
Yeah. Was that out of state? I just want to know.
Wait, I thought they lived together.
Yeah, they did. They lived together, but like hours away, right? Also, they were dating. Nah, they was. Well, maybe it's from the parents' house, right? No. It's from the shooting site. My bad. I'm sorry. So
from the shooting site. And then the other thing, Mark, is that when Kat Patel was on one of these shows, he said that, well, the way he spoke, and I can post it if you think, I'm embellishing or whatever, but he said that the way Tyler Robinson either wrote the note or was speaking, he made it like he wasn't the only one that could have taken the shot, but he was the one that was chosen to take the shot.
So you're saying, Mike, that you've never hid a homosexual lover away under your bed or in your closet for a couple of weeks during a shooting?
Can I interject real quick? Sorry. Good court made a good point, and this has been my question all along too. Why did the old man create a distraction? Shadi said, and I know that answer too, because the report is that that's why he's been charged with obstruction, because he said I did it. So I want to know more about that. Was there a network, like as you said, King? Which I wouldn't think. See, that doesn't sound so conspiratorial. I'm buying into that. There was a network involved in some capacity.
Well, Holly, the individual you're referring to, they have him on video. Did you see the video that they have?
Yeah, and he's like, I know my rights or something, right? Like,
no. So apparently, Holly, and I can post it if you need the evidence. But this guy apparently he was at 9/11. He was at the Boston bombing. I'm not even joking. He was at 9/11. He was at the Boston bombing and one other crisis event. And then I'm not even joking.
That's a fact right there. No fucking way. You gotta send me that. Wait, you gotta send me where.
I'll send it to you. I got you.
I saw something like that. I don't think it's corroborated. Only they. It's just a coincidence, guys. Move on.
I want to know about that.
Seriously.
Hey, stop being anti-Semitic, man.
What's interesting is we don't even know what he said. We heard him say, I have a right to remain silent, but people are claiming he also said, I did it, right? I don't know.
Yes.
So I would love to know exactly what he said, how far he drove to go there, when he arrived. I'd love to know all these things about him. But guess what? We're not going to know shit.
Well, there's a reason
and then 1 week, no one's going to talk about him. And if you bring him up, you're going to be a conspiracy theorist.
I think to charge
amongst a lot of other words.
To charge him with obstruction, there's got to be more, I would think, than him just, randomly being arrested, just saying, oh, I know my rights. I believe that he did say, I did it. I don't know why else would they charge him with obstruction. It's very bizarre.
To say the least.
Yeah, it is bizarre. So this guy it looks like he's a crisis actor. I'll give you I'll get it for you.
Thank you.
But yes, his 9/11 video, where he's on camera describing himself being there, it's very eerie. It's very weird.
That's creepy. And have you gone down the rabbit hole of a little bit? I've been a little bit learning about these organizations. I guess they're more like neo-Nazi, or I don't know, but they're out of UK. The Angels one, and there's another one, 09A, where they their whole thing is acceleration, right? I'm sure they're not the only ones, right? But they target these young, vulnerable, autistic. I think it's autistic. What's that?
Holly, this is the 9/11 one. Just so go ahead.
Okay.
Keep going. This is the 9/11.
Yeah, but
is fighting an entrapment issue because they are radicalizing kids on these apps. They're hunting kids.
The FBI is the one doing it.
Yes, it is. They are. That's why it's entrapment.
They have a history.
There's a level of pushing you can do, technically, I guess.
Right.
Espionage and law enforcement, but when you pass a certain degree and you're giving the gun to the shooter, when does that
This is how they have.
Whoa.
This is how they have the ability to let Joe Biden in his adult dementia-ridden state come out and say the most dangerous thing facing the United States, the most deadly curse facing the United States is white supremacy and the extreme MAGA movement. This is what they do. They entrap you.
You realize what Trump said after the shooting, right?
In what way?
Here's the go watch the statement again. I actually think his wife gave a statement after the shooting, and I was saying it in here, and I'll say it. I think what she did was extremely brave and very calculated and beautiful.
What did she say?
Especially, she was talking about.
Wasn't that a what about it? He hit you with the what about it? The Armenian
The Mola angle bites because he knows I'm right. That's what offends him.
All he said was, there's this radical leftist. He's gonna stop it. Do you think that these people that are trying to snipe him and other people from hundreds of yards away think that's okay? Like we should just.
I think that it's
bring them together with them.
I think that it's more the State Department doing it than it is any other foreign agency.
There's an ideology in these young people's minds from the dude at Butler to the other guy, the radical little Ukrainian dude in Florida at the golf course. This dude right here. There's somebody
the radical Republican killing elected officials in Minnesota, sending bombs to elected officials. That is massive polarization.
What? No. Do not try to pretend like this is on both sides.
This is why I say,
come on, bro.
It's not true.
This is why I say
what he just did, what
extremely true,
was did exactly what CNN did. They immediately run out with this. Come on, bro. He immediately runs out. CNN ran a segment about Mr. Tyler Robinson saying that his families were Republicans. And then the lefties grab on and say, oh, he's not one of those. So then he did any of that. Did I say any of that? No, I'm saying the shit, bro.
You just trying to equate it. It's crazy. It's not equated. Not in this country.
Yes, because I'm tired of you bullshitting and lying about my position.
You just brought the
right? My position.
You just brought the
This is an actual
You just said
you're doing now. What you're doing now is an actual fraud because I said nothing about the Minnesota. I'm in a Republican family. I'm not going to answer that shit. I'm not going to leave the conversation. I'm tired of you fucking lying.
Why did you mention the guy in Minnesota being a Republican?
I'm tired of you lying and putting.
Why did you mention the guy in Minnesota?
Because you made it a point to mention.
No, why did you mention the guy in Minnesota being a Republican?
Stop strawmanning my position.
All right, let's start over now. Let's start over now. Let's start over. Let's have you explain to us how this is equated.
So I want to make this clear. Calm down, you brought up the
my position, bro. I never fucking.
Why don't I just deal with it and then you can just tell me if I'm wrong or right? You
go strawman to start with.
I'm going to steal matter right now.
All you do is strawman.
I'm going to steal matter right now.
Hang on. Where's the proof this guy?
So then let's see how last week's poll is. Hold on.
You did.
He said.
I did not. Do you see what you're doing, Simone?
Hold on, bro. I haven't finished saying what you.
Oh, did you say far right? Is that what you said?
Brother, just relax.
No, I did. I didn't call
you. Hold on, bro. You said the guy that's in Minnesota was a Republican.
Yeah.
Mr. No Kings going house to house with the state senators, right?
Let's ask AIs.
Let's ask. Did you say that he was a
Republican? Yes.
Right. So now I'm going to equate this for you, okay? The CNN segment immediately comes out and coins a person as a Republican, just like they did the attempted sniper at Butler, Pennsylvania. Do you agree?
You are strawmanning my point because I did not.
I just repeated your point.
Idiots like Ricky eat it up because they don't listen to the full context.
You said that?
Strong guy.
I'm gonna have to take over here if you can't bring us home.
Alright, I'm gonna put this up real quick. The problem is Haggard thought that I said that he said that Tyler Robinson's family was a Republican.
So you implied that I'm doing what CNN
No, you're wrong.
is exactly.
Hold on.
Get upset.
Calm down,
because you didn't challenge my point. So you
I just pointed it out.
You angled like you didn't.
Why did you bring up the Minnesota guy being a Republican?
You equated what I said to what CNN said, which is there's no equal to what they're.
Why is it relevant to the Minnesota guy that worked with Tim Walz was a Republican?
Just like old days, I start the room, get it started, we start stirring the pot together, then more people come, then you kick me to the goo, just like the old days!
Black people killed Charlie Kirk. I was just looking at it like he was fucking nuts. But, maybe, obviously there is reason. There's I did look into researching it. It says that psychedelics can be used for a lot of benefits mentally and stuff. If used correctly, just like any other medicine. But when I did it, I just never even thought on those terms. I was just like, yeah, I'm just getting fucked up. I don't know.
Yeah, try reading a good book, smoke a joint, have a cup of coffee, maybe a glass of wine, bottle of water. Stay hydrated now.
Yeah, the guy with the drug, he had long ass hair too. He looked like a fucking Pegasus. Like a Pegasus with a drug rug on.
See, a lot of people waste
And
chemicals.
he had sweatpants on too. He had sweatpants on. And I was like, bro, it's fucking 95 degrees here.
Are you chasing your dreams? Chasing your grace?
Trying to. I'm trying. Or maybe I'm not as much as I should be. I don't know.
Well, you got shit stains on your underpants?
Sounds like Midas, doesn't it?
No, brother.
I've heard some weird things about you on Clubhouse, my friend John.
No, brother. No, brother. And not in the name of Jesus. This is not.
It is.
This is not Midas, brother. No, brother. No, brother. No. This is.
Things about you,
This is not Midas, brother. This is not Midas, brother.
It's literally the same voice, the same rhetoric, the same use of words.
I know this guy. It's not him. I know this guy. He's just streets. Word on the street. He just comes and he screams every room that he's in, basically.
You've done very, very bad with your Clubhouse politics, John.
You know, Chase Your Grace, some people, they don't like the way I use my cell phone. And I don't know what to tell people anymore. I use my cell phone the way I want to use my cell phone, and I let other people use their cell phone the way they want.
James, what's the story? What happened?
So basically, he's like a streamer, and then he comes into the room, and he just streams the room.
Is this the guy that shot someone, or shot the wall? Is this, what's his name? The notorious guy who would stream rooms. Oh shit, what's his name? Labubu probably knows. You know who I'm talking about, Labubu?
Are you talking about candidate Congressman John Kitover?
No.
Oh, well, that's who I am.
Oh. No, there's this other guy. He used to get drunk, and then once he like shot his gun at like I don't know, like cans or something, and then people got freaked out. I don't know. Something happened.
Yo, stop talking about S500 like that.
No, he's more of like a sitting.
No, you're talking about Brian. Talking about.
Staring at hijabis. That's S500 type.
You're talking about Brian Sellers.
I remember S500 was drunk as fuck one night. He was like telling me, he was like, yo, bro, I'm going out. I'm at the bar right now. Yo, there's a girl over there. Should I go talk to her? Should I go talk to the girl, dude? I'm like, bro, if you want to go talk to her, then go talk to her. If you don't, then don't. What the fuck?
He's gonna now like conspire to get back at us for talking about it.
I don't care, bro.
That's what he does. That's the personality we're doing.
Bro, he wants revenge. Yeah, bro, he literally he's vengeful indeed.
We don't blame him.
The guy literally was like, yo, oh my gosh, I was talking to her, like the girl had fucking cooties or something. So go fucking talk to the girl if you want to go talk to her. If you don't, you don't. I don't know. Like when I'm drunk, I don't even like hesitate. When I'm drunk, I don't even hesitate. I probably say it too much when I'm drunk.
But you gotta understand, he couldn't bring himself to do it, so he was pretty much asking you so that you would say no and he would be relieved.
That's weird. Bro, I literally say something. I honestly do say something at watching shit when I'm drunk.
Yeah, they call it liquid courage for a reason.
Yeah, but like I'm like that sober, but like I'm kind of like a fucking like social outcast when I'm drunk. I'm literally just like the girl, like I'll be out and the girl will literally just be, you are fucking sexy.
And how's that work for you so far?
It works sometimes it doesn't.
Can you give us the number to that statistic?
I don't know, like 30% it works, 70% it doesn't.
That's not bad.
Maybe I get a conversation out of it like half the time. I don't know.
Honestly, I wouldn't even want the girls to work something.
What did you say?
That word. I wouldn't even want the girls I agree.
That's a lie.
That's so true. So that works on you?
George Diehard smells. This kid over actually many different examples. Hey, the George Diehard smells.
Want to actually have that kind of, like a civil war. Yeah, I think it's stupid. It's so bad. I mean, in reality, I wouldn't ask like white supremacists or I hate using that term. People that that are white identitarians that like really it can be on different flavors politically. It's just like will like you literally be willing to just like shoot people, kill people because of the color of their skin and that kind of. I think I would say like 90+% of them would not. They don't have any.
there are definitely psychos out there. Don't get me wrong. There's people I talk to that I'm just like, yeah.
You think you got it in you,
I'm
Cleto?
sure he's on a watch list.
I think people with nothing to lose would be the ones that really live with them armed. You know, they have nothing. You know, they've got no money, no assets, and really nothing to lose. Those are the people that need to work out.
Well, I don't have shit really, and so like but even still,
But
like
that's I'm not talking. I mean, you know, I'm not saying, you know, you have to be rich to not want war, but I mean, these are people that there's nothing going on in their lives that they really feel like they have something to lose.
I feel like I have very, like, even financially, I don't have much to lose. Like, I don't have a wife, a girlfriend, children, any of that shit. But like, am I gonna be just like, oh yeah, you know, here, little black girl. Oh yeah, come to Papa. Oh, boom. Like, I cannot. I'm not gonna hurt other human beings.
And I think you probably still value your life, right? You want to live. It's not like you've given up. So I think that's a different, you know.
No, I would martyr myself for the right cause. Don't get me wrong. But it, like, targeting innocent people is like that. To me, that's not a martyr. That's just like psychopathic. I would not do that. Like if China came and, like, let's say, invaded our country, or somehow able to overpower us, like.
And they still oppose how can Charlie Kirk, in all honesty, because the debate you have to be intellectually honest. Debating with somebody who's intellectually dishonest is impossible. Should I just get paid back to Mars yesterday? You know, right? So that's what you really get that decision. And so that's what really, like, again, the most insulting part about this is that it's not very easy to deconstruct things that you end up saying. And, you know, it just comes off as either or true. And in fact, if he was given real statistics about some of these things, we would be able to understand that, even though it doesn't give you context. Right? And so the point is that what I realized is that these people that you call again, Charlie Kirk was not born organically out of the race. He was from the He comes from the very same people that he says he's fighting against, which is the white elites. You see what I'm saying? So that's the dichotomy. Same thing with Obama. When I looked at Obama when he came before the 2008 election, I looked at the top 10 donors, and they had the same 6 banks that were the top 10 for them. So the banks is going to get the president. That's me.
Okay, I'm not seeing anything wrong with Charlie saying that the minority got it. And like, you clearly illustrated a white woman. So it doesn't mean that black people have to jump off, start winning, because they feel like he's insulting the whole country. That can include white women too. So,
nobody ever did actually come out against black people. Most Negroes even come from two lives. And so, but the thing I think is, this is a litmus test for black people, right? One, don't be out here jumping off the bridge, saying, don't be out here after 40 because you have to. But what I think we have to do is we have to understand, like this organization said, ironically, turning point USA. I think his death is a turning point in the USA. One, in U.S. relationships with Israel, because there's a lot of talk that they were responsible for it, and are not. Secondly, we have to look at how Trump and MAGA have completely fucking fallen in on themselves using language because of one thing he did. That was the whole Epstein situation. Once he kind of stonewalled the Epstein gang, some of those true MAGAs like Ed Solons and Nick Fuentes and others, they jumped off the ship because these people really have an interest in America. And the part is very pervasive. That Epstein was not just some pedophile. It was a facade and intelligence operative working to obtain blackmail for Israel and perhaps other foreign countries. They were saying perhaps money to contract the United States to build on Senator so-and-so so we can just make construction contract payments. That's the state of politics in this country. We live kleptocracy and the technocracy. And I think that's the thing that most of us real basic.
try to take advantage of that. And you build something or do something. In the meantime, they'll be into it. People who create the NAACP, which is a controlled opposition organization, and has gone in and done things that were detrimental to black people, particularly what I explained earlier about co-opting school equalization laws and turning it into school integration. We celebrate that every Black History Month. These little girls have to be led into a school with guns and an army while grown white folks were outside saying they was going on. Like we thought this was good psychology, education process about children. No, this was not the grassroots of what we do. Black folks said we wanted to pick up 75% of the power of this response by these people. And so the Zionists work with white supremacists. So the Zionists have the ability to go out and tell the oppression story and get real oppressed too, and so on, right? And so they came in and they helped establish the NAACP. The first black man who graduated with a PhD. And so he was being propped up as being sort of the voice of black people. But he wasn't the voice of black people. Marcus Garvey exposed that when he walked into the investigative voice of New York City and said, we didn't see a Negro in sight. Right? Type it away. Everything was coming out of the NAACP, but minds of black people was actually coming from people who were English speaking Europe. So I trying to build this thing on Israel at this time, it's 1930. And so we understand how Leo Frank's case and the creation of the ABL, all anti-defamation, we're not really system. The anti-defamation thing was created because black men made black history. Jim Conley in Atlanta, Georgia, the first black man to get testimony against the white Jewish guy program. The Atlanta black president, the Colombian educated wealthy Jewish guy, in the middle of Abe Marin, which is the forerunner to anti-defamation. And this man was convicted of raping and murdering the once reported. And the whites there, he says that later, through money and influence, his citizens committed somebody went out. The white folks in Georgia still were not happy. They pulled him out and said, during the trial, they disparaged Jim Conley, everybody that the country is broke, right? You say, everybody out there type to get that white self right and true. So he hung him, right? Only in the case where white folks are straight, this guy was killed the day before. That the country is broke. And so this has made compromises because they say that this man was defanged and that the black man actually did. Their whole organization is built on this case. You know, Frank opened up, right? So, you see, the thing is that Sister Soldier said, I close with this, she said years ago on W, she said, nobody understood, she went to 5 schools in the country who said to her basically like that, sister, what's all this basically talking about? Talk about something about white people, talk about secret Washington. She had given a paraphrase. She responded, actually, she said, I went to all these nice schools, but I'm a black woman. She said, none of these schools ever told me I was an African. They never told me that without business, you would be nothing. They never told me who my friends were, who my enemies were, and she went on. It was some of the most poignant shit ever. She was checking out of the Cornell West for every particular episode. And so if we don't know who our friends are, none, and who our enemies are, there is no way that we can even waste our time having a conversation about trafficking and arresting if we don't know who our friends and our enemies are. It's a very basic thing to do in life. And so that's why I think it's important for us to pay attention to what's going on here so we can see what's being perpetrated. Because I guarantee there's going to be a point in time they're going to try to throw a dummy grenade our way like they did to the HBCU shit. We didn't like them.
country is
I'm sorry, did somebody call me?
to admitting
I mean, personally, I'm doing some things around my house. Just getting feminine male energy, and I'm just not into it. I'm just not into it. Just give it whatever it is that you want. Okay, you can tell me you don't, girl. I'm not listening, okay? So you can say the free. Yeah.
What was the talk for?
Oh, my. Look at this other feminine male. Look at this. Look at that. It makes no sense. Go look at the chat. Everybody go look at the. Yeah, everybody go look.
I'm still waiting for fucking 500, 400, 350 plus. Yeah, 50 plus. We'll stop at 1,000. We'll stop at 15.
I don't even know what to call it because I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
To victory. Onward to victory.
How they all connect together and create that web, which is okay.
Onward to victory.
how long was he in the room?
I think you could go.
I was here for a while. I was here for a while. I guess it makes me go.
I gave the name of Williams, Bill, I gave the name of Charles Bill, also talked about some names. It's Q-K, K-Y-R-K-E, changed to Kirk. Also talked about how he's to be able to go to the money here and start to turn for USA, but he gave us speech at Benedict to college. Say to him, led to being created total money.
Onward to victory. Stop at 1,500. Then 50 plus. We'll stop at 1,500. Onward to victory. Yeah, 50 plus. Georgia taking too many Pfizer vaccines. $350 plus. We will stop at 1,500. Onward to victory. Onward to victory.
Arlington Nissan has something for you. We have selection. Arlington Nissan has something for you. Never heard of
Victory. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's do it Saturday. Let's do it Friday. Do you know how to say it?
I've done those mental, like just look at the picture. It's just like, okay.
Yeah, but Rich, I don't think the Oedipus complex is based on hotness. I think it's more of a.
Oh yeah, Freud was wrong. Yeah. Well, he didn't express himself properly. He wasn't able to articulate and say that
the AI native operating systems aren't going to take up the entire market. You'll still have your old school operating systems, this and that. It's just they will be complying with all of the or the AI native operating systems will make it easy to comply with states, right? And also it'll make it very easy for parents who want to control what is being pumped into their children's pumped into their children's brains in terms of what they're seeing, this and that. They'll be able to do that more effectively.
And you're regulating the operating system. You're not regulating the internet.
Well, no, you're not forced to. You're not forced, Steve.
You can use a different operating system. I understand what you're saying.
It'll be open source. Anybody can use them. This and that.
Right, or choose not to. I agree with that.
Fair enough.
Okay, Farron. I'm glad we agree.
Yep.
All right, but wait, so King, hypothetically, let's say if we were to go through your scenario of banning porn, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that create a population in the far future to legalize porn again?
Say it again?
So hypothetically, in your scenario of banning porn, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that create multiple future generations that would, in the far future, legalize porn and probably extend it further?
It depends because I think you're pointing to something that is true about human history and just human nature. So it's like a pendulum. So societies do go from, let's just say, a moral stance to a very immoral stance, and when they go to the immoral stance, that's a sign of their decline and then eventual destruction. That's happened to almost every society that's been great. It essentially devolves into an immoral.
Can you hear me?
we see in America today, then eventually that is their decline and their destruction.
I don't hear you.
So
I don't know what's going on.
Given that, it could be the
New
case
operating
that,
system on the phone.
you know,
New
we
version
do
of the app.
effectively ban porn, this and that, blah, 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 but then
Still
sometime
can't
in the
get
future,
audio to work.
the robots, you know, that are Skynet, you know,
The
they
phone.
create
Anyway,
some
thanks.
master plan to whatever, blah, blah, blah. They use porn
I
as
don't
a
know what the
tactic
problem is.
to corrupt the
I
youth
always do it on
you
my
know,
phone. That's the only
whatever, right? So
place
that
I
could
do
be the case in the future.
this.
The thing, though, that I
I'm
think is
saying
kind
I'm
of
just,
interesting, Lord,
right.
that's different now than the past is
Yeah.
advanced technology gives us the ability to rewrite human history
John,
in terms of
Thanks, but no
what we
thanks.
expect to come, right? So that's the
It's
one
been-
thing
it's
that
worked
advanced
great all along.
technology gives us that
Some bug.
previous societies didn't have before, right? So I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that if we ban porn now, that it's just going to be allowed in the future. I don't think that's a foregone conclusion, especially when it comes to humans leaving the planet, becoming interplanetary, you know, all of that stuff. But things can get hairy. They can if you end up with a world like Ready Player One, right? Where you have certain corporations that are incentivized to keep people, you know, glued to their screens in such a way where they're like slaves to their screens, or, you know, blah, 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 that type of world. So there are scenarios where that could happen, but I think that the real world, how we're operating here, I don't think given the history and the clear evidence, which I applaud Stilgar speaking to, given the clear evidence we have on porn, how it rots the brain, how it literally creates slaves of sexuality and all this other crazy shit. I don't think that. I think porn is on a downhill run in terms of its operation in society, and those people who are profiting off of it, they should start preparing to get new jobs. So, especially with AI and all this other stuff, AI is going to completely make real girls useless. You know, because what happens when, just given a scenario, what happens when the AI is so good it looks like all the real girls?
You don't have to go there. You don't even have to go there.
You can order.
We're not leaving the house. We already know. None of us are leaving.
Right. That's the point.
You don't even have to get into detail.
And still, the thing is,
DoorDash forever.
You can order her now. You can literally order her, and she's like lifeline. She can talk to you in your house, and you can fuck her there. So it's like not only watching her, now you can literally order the actual girl, and she comes to your house, and she's a talking robot with a perfect voice, all of this, and that. So all this, you know, I get that people think that the way things are done now is the way things are always going to be, but I don't think so. Go ahead, Doc.
I just said, or you could order a not talking female robot.
Yeah, that too. And look, it is what it
she
is.
comes from anal? No, what?
Yeah, because the thing is, people are. I've seen the experiments with flesh-like material. Like, things are getting insane, right? And all this stuff is all that stuff is gonna coincide with each other. I just think parents have
what website did you see that on? What specific?
Oh, no. So it's not a website. It's not a specific website.
It's a joke.
The only problem with what you said is porn is not declining. It's making more money now than ever before.
I didn't say it was declining. I said, okay, Steve, I didn't say it was
I'm sorry, I thought you did.
No, what I stated was that it's becoming more and more banned, and that trend is not going to reverse.
More and more banned. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the trend is not going to reverse. It's going to, like Stilgar said, the last state standing will be California.
Which has probably contributed to it making more money now than ever that it's being banned more than.
Yeah, that's fine. Eventually, like I said, technology, I do believe, Steve, that technology will make it more and more easier to
Kiss the Navy goodbye, George.
No, wait, because it could also counter against your point too, because people could also create AI that could go against the AI.
No, not at the operating system. Not at the operating system level. So yeah, you could possibly at the application layer, but I think AI security that's native to an operating system will do an effective job at banning things that are not supposed to live within the environment. So,
But could it handle a glitch?
How much are these robots that come to your house?
So I don't know about. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff, Steve. That it's almost like Steve. It's almost like when you. It's almost like the movie. What's the one movie with Brad Pitt where he brought all those like baseball players together that shouldn't have been together, but they won a World Series?
That's where he was the coach of the Athletics.
He brought all these misfits together that nobody would have thought should come together, but they.
I'm just concerned with how much it costs.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. So I've seen technologies from different where I'm like, okay, someone's gonna put all this together. Moneyball, that's what it is.
Moneyball, yeah, Moneyball. Yeah.
So, Steve, in the same way, I'm saying I've seen technology, whether it's the Flash-like stuff, speaking robots, AI, voice, natural voice over here. So I'm seeing different technologies that in my head, I'm like, okay, someone's going to put all this together and make, the perfect woman, right?
Look, so you don't know how much it costs to deliver that to the house. You don't know.
Say it again?
I said you don't know how much that robot costs to be delivered to your house. You don't know.
I don't. She might walk to your house.
King, I hate to destroy your evangelical future utopia with my libertarian future utopia. Okay. Mine has Waymo blowjobs, and
why do you think blowjobs are going away? What makes you think?
No, not way more blowjobs. You're describing the libertarian utopia. You're describing, Waymo, like the self-driving car service. You just described, I can get on instead of ordering a Waymo, I can order a blowjob. And it's all automatic, and there's no humans involved, just like a Waymo.
Yeah, look.
I know, dude. I'm voting libertarian utopia.
Yeah, and by the way, OnlyFans, and this is not all porn.
OnlyFans is going away, bro.
Fine, it may be going away, but last year, the year before, it made over $6.5 billion.
I know.
And that's just OnlyFans. Just OnlyFans.
Yeah, but Steve, Steve, I think you're doing a prisoner of the moment thing. Remember, there was no OnlyFans 7 years ago, and now there is. But in 10 years, there could be something else that completely makes OnlyFans irrelevant.
The only thing I'm doing is stating the facts, which you agreed with, and that is porn makes more money now than it ever has been.
Yeah, but does Hollywood, Steve, there's a reason why they call me Sollywood. I went to film school, all of that. I saw Hollywood. I was in film school. That was Hollywood's heyday. That was their final, making $15 billion in the summer. Now we're at $4 billion. Why do I say that? Because just because an industry is making a shit ton of money in the moment doesn't mean they'll be making a shit ton of money in 10 years, 3 years, Steve. That media, how we consume it, sexuality, how we consume it, all of those things are going to drastically change in the next 20 years. They will, And I think OnlyFans is going to get banned everywhere. Like you have girls literally. What's the
well? You said you said porn's going to be banned. So
yes, state by state. I think don't be shocked if you get something at the federal level.
No, I'm not going to be shocked. I'm just going to simply say that's never going to happen.
All right, look, Steve. I know you're not a believer. All of that's fine.
That's irrelevant to why I think it's never.
I think it is relevant because I don't think you see that America's going in a different direction. And like
I see.
Hold on, let me just say this. Let me just say this. You know I fuck with you, Steve. But I do think that America is moving towards some version of Christian nationalism. It is. And so I don't think we can ignore that. I know you want to, but I don't think you can. And so part of that is going to be, yes, having more of a firm ground in moral choices, because I would rather be ruled by Jesus' commandments than pedophiles. And right now we're being ruled by pedophiles.
The only thing that you just said is wrong is that we're going there. We're already there.
Yeah, we're being ruled by pedophiles.
America is already ruled by Christians and Christians.
No, it is not. We are being run by pedophiles. We are not being run by Jesus freaks. So, so with that reality,
I mean, wait. What's the difference?
Well, he's interrupted me 3 times, but I'll wait.
You said, what's the difference?
They want me to crash out again. This is crazy.
This is why you need moral clarity, Red. No, what he just did is exactly why people are done with the education system, with all this moral relativism, because now people don't know the difference between someone who worships Jesus and someone who's a pedophile. Like, this is crazy.
Should I continue or no? Should I continue or no?
Go ahead, Sid. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
It's a fact that 70% of the America's population is Christian. That's a statistical fact.
Well,
it's all. What'd you say?
63%.
Fine.
It used to be 70. It used to be 70 years ago, like maybe 3 decades ago. But it's 60, and then it 60, 61, and now it's going back up. So we're at around 62, 63%.
Okay, well, I said 70. I'll compromise with you.
You gave us a lot.
Well, fine. I'll agree with you. 63%. 63% of the population is Christian. And more Christians are becoming